Hello there, boys and girls. Adam Nicholas here for WhatCulture.com, aka the man you'll only really find on WhatCulture Gaming whenever there is a video regarding Pro Evolution Soccer in any of the games in its franchise. This is your guy. Normally I would be on WhatCulture Wrestling, but I'm guesting here today on WhatCulture Gaming to talk to you about all the potential things that could be happening with PES 2021. And to be honest, if it comes to a reputation, I think I'll take that. But yes, I'm here to talk to you all about the potential rumours and speculation regarding PES 2021. Now, last year's edition of PES 2020, or eFootball PES 2020 to give it its proper name, God, I hate that name so much, actually ended up doing, well, look, I'm biased, I love Pro Evolution Soccer, but genuinely, the rest of the world, for once, for the first time in ages, also thought that maybe, just maybe, PES was better than FIFA last year. But with the wider world in general, for once, finally agreeing with my footballing opinions on PES and FIFA, it seems like now is a good time for Konami to keep up that momentum and improve and build on what they did last year. So with the football gaming world perfectly balanced, like Thanos's weird little switchblade thing that he has, now seems like a time to dive into what perhaps Konami could do to make sure they tip the scales in their favour. So with that in mind, my name is Adam Nicholas. This is WhatCulture Gaming, where I happen to be guesting today, and I'm going to tell you all about PES 2021, 6 early rumours you need to know. Number 6, further improvements to Master League. The Master League helped PES to establish itself as the football game of the 2000s. The idea was to combine RPG elements with a standard season mode, like the ones seen in most of the football games. Imagine the addictiveness of early Championship Manager games amalgamated with some of the finest gameplay you've ever seen in a football game title. Those were PES's 1 through to 6. But that was then, and this is now. And after years of ups and downs, PES have finally started to get back to their roots and have applied a lot of the old formula to the new Master League of 2020, and hopefully we're going to see that improved in 2021. A major overhaul and focus on the mode last year breathed new life into the series. With FIFA faltering in the single player department, Konami has set its sights on further building up this mode to drive home its newly gained advantage over EA. And while Konami has kept details to a minimum so far, we can expect to see more depth in areas of player development, player personalities, management styles, and tweaks to the transfer system. Greater managerial control over the day-to-day running of the club, including the scheduling of friendly matches, also seems to be on the cards. Number 5, new licensing deals. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that Konami doesn't have all the licenses that EA has, and therefore PES is an inferior game because they don't have the kits. Well, wrong, because there's an online community of people who create the kits. You can easily get access to those option files and add the kits to the teams, change the names, and improve all of that. So yes, I do understand you might not want to do that, but actually it kind of adds a bit of a nicer element to the game. Regardless of that though, in recent years, PES has managed to actually pull off a few licensing coups, landing deals with the likes of UEFA for its Champions League, Europa League, Super Cup, and Euro licenses, as well as the Copa Libertadores. However, these successes were short-lived because EA would eventually, in classic fashion, decide to completely tear away all of the licenses they could from Konami, leaving them with just the license for Euro 2021. But while normally this might have been seen as a nail in the coffin for a football video game, this has always made Konami think outside the box when it comes to PES, and they came up with a great way to counteract this, and it comes in the form of signing teams as licensed partners. Now, we've already seen them license Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Juventus, and Manchester United as partners in the past, but the biggest licensing rumour potentially for 2021 involves the signing of Real Madrid. This would be a massive deal for Konami, and while it might not be an exclusive rights agreement like they have with Juventus, it would definitely indicate a power shift in the football gaming landscape, especially if one of the biggest teams in the world decided to jump on board. Number 4, a new game engine. Now, the Fox engine has served PES really well for the last 7 iterations of the game. We've seen gradual improvements as they've figured out the best ways to get the most out of that engine. However, 7 years is a long time. And with the arrival of new consoles from both Sony and Microsoft, we can expect we're probably going to move away from that engine onto something new. It's been suggested that the Unreal 4 engine could power the next-gen versions of PES, and with PES Mobile already using it, it's not too far-fetched of an idea. The Unreal engine holds great potential, and with the development team having some familiarity with it, it seems to be a solid choice. With a new engine comes many possibilities. Dynamic weather, improved graphics, and player and ball physics, and even a player player-focused morale system have all been discussed online. Now, these changes are very much subject to the releases of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X, and then you add on top of that the whole global situation that's currently going on, and there may be some slight delays, and it may cause problems in actually implementing these new changes to the final game. We'll have to wait and see in terms of development. Number 3, cross-platform support. Now, perhaps best implemented by games like Fortnite and Minecraft, cross-platform support is something that seems to be oddly missing from quite a few modern video games. The potential for a multi-platform supported football game is quite obvious. With this feature, buyers looking for a solid online experience will no doubt be tempted towards Konami's title. This will also mean that quality between console and PC versions will no longer be the issue that it once was. Next-gen consoles and gaming PCs won't be too far removed spec-wise either, so in theory it shouldn't be too much of a problem to implement. Now, it's no secret that FIFA have really struggled when it's come to the online gaming department, but Pro Evo kind of leaned into that last year with the eFootball title and wanted to push the emphasis onto that with all of their games moving forward, and to be fair, with the way the world's going, rightly so. And on top of that, cross-platform support also opens up the doors for a bigger online community when it comes to communicating with the fans from the game makers, because this is something critical. Pro Evo have tried their best to listen to the fans in the past and try to tailor their product towards that, whereas FIFA has been criticised in the past because EA tend to have leaned towards other agendas they have, shall we say. Number 2, better gameplay. Obviously, you expect with a yearly title that you're going to get better gameplay each time it comes out, or certainly that feels like it should be the guarantee. Now, when it comes to PES 21, it might need a little bit of elaborating on. You see, with the benefit of data packs these days, every edition of PES comes with an attempted improvement without the multiple data packs that they release. Last year, the release of Data Pack 4, the gameplay was universally lauded by the PES community. There was a genuine feeling that this might just be the best game since PES 6, and we all know how much we love PES 6. But unfortunately, the next update seemed to sort of undo a lot of the good work. AI suddenly took a turn for the worse, and gameplay noticeably suffered from a lack of awareness and responsiveness issues. And another point of contention when it comes to Pro Evo is the refereeing, or, for want of a better phrase, lack thereof, because sometimes they drive you absolutely insane and it feels like nothing's happening. This has been an issue really since about PES 2014, and they've still not quite managed to get it right, but there's always a chance to improve the year after, and maybe, just maybe, this will be the year they decide to improve on that. And number 1, Microsoft acquiring Konami's IPs. In terms of rumours that you'll get on this list, this one is both the most exciting but also the biggest long shot. But yes, there's a lot of speculation in online forums that Microsoft are potentially considering buying out Pro Evolution Soccer's entire full catalogue from Konami, and that is both exciting and kind of terrifying at the same time. Let's try and put this in footballing terms. PES are essentially like the club Atalanta from Serie A. They're very short on financial resources, but incredibly wise with their investments. And in this scenario, Microsoft would act as that proverbial Middle Eastern billionaire looking to take the team all the way to the top. Having an exclusive football title on their Xbox One X would make sense, and if PES could beat FIFA convincingly enough on the pitch, it would act as a huge draw to the console. Factor in how well their development team has done over the years with such limited resources, add a blank checkbook, and, well, you'd hope it was a recipe for success. And yes, while no licensing issues sounds like an absolute dream when it comes towards PES, and no limits for developers is even more exciting, the ultimate other side of that coin is you just don't know what that sort of financial hold means in terms of what the game's agenda is going to be. I mean, I'm a Newcastle United fan who's currently dreading the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia taking over his football club, and what the hell that could possibly mean. You just get the feeling that lots of money doesn't necessarily mean huge success, or certainly not for the people who have been playing PES all of this time. So there you have it. Those are the 6 rumours we have regarding PES 2021 and what the future might hold for the next game in Konami's franchise. Now, there's some really good ones on there, some really interesting ones. The ones like the idea of developing the gameplay further, great Master League improvements, great full overhaul takeover by Microsoft. There's potential there, but also it fills me full of dread because it's such a great game the way it is. Will they take the heart and soul out of it and make it into something different? That is just a rumour though, and these are personal problems I need to talk about with my therapist. Regardless, let me know if there's any of these you really liked, or maybe you have some we didn't mention. Chuck them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and share. Hit the old subscribe button if you haven't already. You can find the original article for this at whatculture.com/gaming. You can also find WhatCulture Gaming on Twitter at WCulture Gaming, I believe. I hope I've got that one right. Or if you want to follow me on Twitter, if that's your thing, you can find me at It's Adam Nicholas. Or maybe you just want some more videos. There should be some waiting for you at the end of this video. My name is Adam Nicholas. This has been WhatCulture Gaming, I guess this time round. Yeah, WhatCulture Gaming. And I hope you enjoy PES 2021. When it comes out, I'll be keeping an eye out, and if there's any more info, I'll be sure to let you know. Stay safe out there, guys, and I'll see you next time.